Hi everyone, I'm Rob and welcome back to the Leon Treble Career Mode. Today is a big episode. We've got Nantes up first. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Nantes, Nantes. I'm just calling them Nantes. Our recent results have been 3-0 win against Brest. We've drawn against PSG and beaten Amiens 1-0 and smashed Bordeaux. But coming up in October, we've got Saint-Etienne, Dijon, I'm not too sure. We've also got Metz and then Bordeaux in the Cup, the Coupe De la Ligue. So that's a big month. Then we've got November with Toulouse, Marseille, Nice and Strasbourg. And then we approach December with Lille, Nîmes. We've also got Stade Rennais and Reims. And then we enter the January transfer window, where if I'm honest, I don't think we'll be making signings. But nevertheless, we do have that game up against Nantes now. So I hope we can go and win that comfortably going into a new month. And I've just noticed, guys, Nantes have signed some banging players like Kevin Rueg, Alban Lafont, and Alfredo Morelos. So they've got a pretty good team. So this is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination at all. Just 15 minutes into this one, Traore slips it into Mendes. Lovely take, lovely finish, nice and composed. This game was just a piece of cake, I can confirm. A genius pass from Anderson finds Terrier, who is such a good player. Lovely little tap past the keeper. And then I brought on Fofana, and I mean, he had a stunner. Look at that throw finish. He was brilliant all game. And then with 10 minutes to go, Guendouzi fights hard to get that ball back, slipping it into Toussaint. And that is 4-0 to Lyon. Business as usual, and a very, very easy game. Saint-Etienne are up next, so we're going to get into the press conference before the game, and we're going to be looking to add another 3 points to the bag. I think second place is a good target for this season. We're just behind PSG, but we need momentum for next season. We're going to be switching tactics in today's game. Do you have enough depth in your squad to keep the unbeaten run going? I'll say we need the whole squad to play a role. And the final question, do you reckon that Saint-Etienne is concerned? Concentrate less on the opponent and more on ourselves. Great start against Saint-Etienne. Kabay plays it into this nonce, I don't know his name, and he strikes it, bottom corner, 1-0 down, 4 minutes in. And then Aouar finds Dembele. He's got to finish that. Saved by Lopez pretty easily. And then the ball finds its way to Kone. Lovely ball into Aouar. Very precise header. Half an hour after conceding. Second half, Saint-Etienne turned into second gear a bit. But that was their real big chance. But then with just under 20 minutes to go, Bertrand Traore plays it into Barco for his first goal for Lyon. And that ultimately got us the 2-1 win away at Saint-Etienne. Big result that. It was not an easy game at all. We also managed to get ourselves a 4-0 win against Dijon FCO. Terrier getting a goal and Dembele bagging a hat-trick. So self-explanatory home win here against a lower quality opposition side. But now we've got a game up against Metz. So that should be interesting. It was very interesting. Metz were on top for the entire game pretty much. They kept down number one, Lopez, very busy for the entire game. They had another shot here. And then 10 minutes out from half-time, we hit them on the break. Lovely ball in from Terrier. Nodded down by Cornet and Dembele with a cracker of a finish. Then we had another chance, an hour gone. Dembele couldn't keep his header down. And then in added time, we just chuck it away. It was my fault. As you can see here in the replay, I was toying around with Toussaint. And they punished us. Traore rescues Metz a point. And we probably deserve to lose, so I'll probably take the point, to be honest. I am still extremely frustrated with the point, because we're at home against Metz, who are fighting for survival this season, so we want to be winning that game. So the first question in this post-match interview is, are you confident to keep the unbeaten streak rolling? I'm going to say we're unbeaten for a reason, even though that game just completely begged to differ. What do you think of the late equaliser? Alright, that's football. I mean, it's my fault. I take 100% ownership for it. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just hoofed it and taken the 1-0 win. A victory was expected of you today. Can you comment? I'll say it's something to learn from, even though I might have been able to get away with saying they were the better team. But that might have disheartened my players a little bit. So I didn't want to risk that. So we've simulated 2 games away from home via the calendar. And in the Coupe De la Ligue, we've lost 2-0 to Bordeaux in the first round of the Coupe De la Ligue, which is frustrating. But at least we can focus on the league. But that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? And then we have also simulated a game away at Toulouse, and we won 3-1. But now we've got a big game away at Marseille, so that's going to be difficult. We have a transfer offer from Marcelo. We're going to quickly have a look at this. It's from Ajax. This is interesting. 6.5 mil. I'm going to accept it. He's getting on a bit. Let's sell him while he's worth a fair bit. So we'll get into this press conference ahead of a trip to the Velodrome. This is a huge game. Marseille away, of course. Oh, I'm pumped, and I'm very nervous as well. Why do you stick with Tagliafico if performances haven't shown signs of improvement? He's been brilliant. Just because he doesn't get a good rating on the game doesn't mean he's bad. I'll say he must play to regain sharpness, I guess. That's the best answer there. But he's been fantastic for me. The second question is, should your opponent's morale be dwindling? Well, it's the Olympic Derby. I'm going to say if they're not scared, they should be. We're on scintillating form. I know we just drew with Metz and lost to Bordeaux, but we just bounced back with a good 3-1 win over Toulouse. And do you have enough depth in your squad to maintain our momentum? It's our responsibility to try. This first half performance was absolutely shocking. Defence all over the place, and we concede 10 minutes in, unfortunately. We had chances of our own throughout the game. It was pretty even, to be honest. We had the same amount of shots, similar possession, but Marseille were just clinical in this one. Tovan squares it, Benedetto wraps it up. Final score, Marseille 2, Lyon 0. Gutted about that. Our unbeaten run comes to an end at the hands of Marseille. In all honesty, it is what it is. I mean, the Velodrome's a tough place to go. They outplayed us, basically. Just lapses in concentration at the back. And that's our first game in the league that we haven't scored a goal in. And yeah, they're talking about how Tagliafico was improved. He was really good today. I'm going to say praise resilience, I guess. And the second question is, what are your thoughts on the defeat? I'm going to say it was bound to happen eventually. And the third is, has your team become increasingly competitive? Yeah, I agree. And what? I'm really confused. I don't know what that question was, to be honest, and my brain hurts. It's 11:05 in the evening, so excuse me for that, guys. And Marcelo is going to be joining Ajax when the transfer window opens. I know he's a bit of a legend, but this is career mode after all, so we're going to sell him while he still has a little bit of value. A very decent start in this one. Toussaint lofts one over the top. It's a genius pass, and Traore slots it in the corner. And then Kimpembe went and got himself sent off at half-time, and then Dolberg slots it away, 58th minute. And Nice, 15 minutes to go, had a massive chance to win it, but the player let it slip through his legs. And then what was in the 83rd minute, Barco comes on, and Barco scores. Toussaint with another assist. It's a massive impact from Ezequiel Barco once again. So I thought, why not, let's just take a quick look at the table. So PSG, Lyon, and Monaco are all on 35 points, having won 11, drawn 2, and lost 1 each, but goal difference separates us. Lille are currently unbeaten in 4th place there. Then you got Montpellier, Marseille, then you got Saint-Etienne. FC Nantes have won 7 and lost 7 and drawn none. That's very interesting. They've got a goal difference of 0. But then you've got Nice, Bordeaux. You got Stade de Reims, Stade Rennais, Amiens or Amiens, I think it's called, Angers, Strasbourg, Toulouse FC, Dijon FCO, Olympique, Stade Brestois, and on the bottom you've got Metz, and we drew to Metz. That is a little bit embarrassing, but well. We're still in a good position to, maybe push for the title, which might help our budget for next year. But ultimately, we can't do the treble because we were knocked out of the Coupe De la Liga. But nevertheless, we've now got a game to play against Strasbourg. This was a very stressful game away at Strasbourg. But just 19 minutes in, Bertrand Traore, have my children. Have a look at that for a shot. He just bends it far corner like it's nobody's business. And then 28th minute, and just a perfect cross from Dubois is met by Terrier's head. And then they probably could have been awarded a penalty, but it was play on. They pull one back. But then straight from the restart, Terrier just runs through their entire team and puts it away. So we regain our 2-goal cushion, 20 minutes on the clock. They've worked that so well, good finish. And then we seal it after Guiri, who I started in this game, and did pretty well. He got taken down in the box, penalty, Cornet, wraps it up for good from the spots. But then they pull one back in the last minutes of the game, but it wasn't enough. We ended up getting a 4-3 win. So it just seemed a game against Lille with a bit of a rotated side. We still managed to considerably beat them 3-1. Tagliafico, Toussaint and Cornet scoring. Only issue Dembele picked up an injury and Mateta had to come on and get some minutes. So I really hope he's not out for long. Let's quickly have a look at how long he's out for. 2 days, that's totally fine. He's got a dead calf injury. And yeah, that's a shame, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We are absolutely smashing it because I am in holidays. And yeah, we're nearly halfway through the season. We're currently 16 games in. And we're doing pretty well. We've conceded a lot of goals, but we've been outscoring teams quite often. But we are going to wrap up the video. So thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you most likely in the next episode of the Leon Career Mode.